Hello, today I'll be talking about Sneasel, the first Ice Pokemon in Gen 2 and the first Dark Ice Pokemon. Well, I would normally say, if one wishes to consider Hisuian Sneasel the 215th Pokemon, it's the first Fighting Poison Pokemon. But it is just the first regardless, since the only other Fighting Poison Pokemon, as of the filming of this, is its evolution, Sneasler. Its previous BYC dates are September 28th, 1996, July 20th, 1999, May 10th, 2002, February 28th, 2005, December 20th, 2007, October 10th, 2010, July 31st, 2013, May 21st, 2016, March 12th, 2019, and December 31st, 2021. I feel like I most remember non-Hisuian Sneasel from the anime, but I don't have a specific one that I remember. As for Hisuian Sneasel, I like how they adapted Sneasel's design to fit its new typing. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Sneasel, the sharp claw Pokemon whose number is 0 to 115. This is Sneasel, this is what it looks like. This is Hisuian Sneasel, this is what it looks like. Types, Dark Ice as non-Hisuian Sneasel, and Fighting Poison as Hisuian Sneasel. Since this is our first Dark Ice, I'll point out the Dark inside and the Ice outside. Abilities, Inner Focus or Keen Eye. Pickpocket is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate is 60 or 14.8%. Breeding, a group field, hatched on 20 cycles. Height, regardless, is 2 foot 11 or 0.9 meters. Weight, as non-Hisuian Sneasel, is 61.7 pounds or 28 kilograms. Hisuian Sneasel is 59.5 pounds or 27 kilograms. Base experience yield is 132 in Gen 2 through 4 and 86 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium slow. EV yield is 1 in speed. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is black. Other forms may have other colors. I don't entirely agree with this. I mean, it's better than some of the ones we've had over the last couple of weeks. There's at least a little bit of black in the eyes. Like, that's probably the most notable is this little eye thing. I would call it a green or red or yellow or white over black, but it's there at least. Base friendship is 35. Sneasel is a dual-type Dark Ice Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolves into Weavile when leveled up while holding a Razor Claw during the night. In Hisui, Sneasel has a dual-type Fighting/Poison regional form. It evolves into Sneasler when leveled up while holding a Razor Claw during the day. Biology, Sneasel is a bipedal, mustelid Pokemon that resembles both a cat and a weasel. It is primarily bluish-black with 3 bright red feathers for its tail and a single one on its left ear. The ear feather is shorter on the female than on the male. The other ear is short and pointed, and it has narrow red eyes. On its forehead and chest are oval, yellow, gem-like protrusions. It has red eyes with black eyelash-like markings on the edges. It has long limbs with 2 large white retractable claws on its hands and feet. It is perfectly capable of using its claws to do substantial damage. Its claws are also used for climbing trees in boreal or subalpine forests where it lives. It can also bring out its claws to startle foes that attacked it. Sneasel is a smart, sneaky, and notoriously vicious Pokemon, and blends well into the night in order to ambush their prey. Sneasel feeds on eggs, such as those of Pidgey, that it steals from unintended nests. It uses its claws to poke a hole in the egg before slurping the contents out. It has been known to form pairs to hunt. One Sneasel will lure the parents away from their nest, while the other steals their eggs. Although the Sneasel pair works together, they will also fight over their hunt among themselves. As a result of its egg-based diets, Sneasel are also despised by breeders to the point where they try to drive away or eradicate the former. Sneasel also preys on a lowland Sandshrew, but Sandshrew's skin is so hard that it can cause Sneasel's claws to snap off. Prior to Gen 4, Beat Up was its signature move, but other Pokemon could still inherit it via breeding. Forms, Sneasel has a regional form, Hisuian Sneasel. In Hisui, Sneasel has a similar appearance to its Johtonian counterpart. It has a white body with purple colorations on its face, chest, shoulders, and forelimbs. The feathers on its tail and ear are light purple. Like Johtonian Sneasel, the ear feather is shorter on the female than on the male. It has rounder eyes than its Johtonian form, although it shares the latter's gem-like protrusions as well as the large claws on its hands and feet. The claws are tipped with poison and are purple on its forelimbs and white on its feet. Hisuian Sneasel's sturdy and curved claws allow it to climb and travel through the walls of precipitous cliffs where it lives. The venom from the tips of its claws is capable of invading the nervous system of any prey it scratches. It has been observed that Hisuian Sneasel lacks the spitefulness of its Jetonian counterpart, and it has been theorized that differences in their environments account for their differing personalities. As a result, Hisuian Sneasel evolves into Sneasler instead of Weavile. Evolution, Sneasel evolves into Weavile, so you can see that here. Sneasel, Weavile. Hisuian Sneasel evolves into Sneasler, so you can see that here. Hisuian, Sneasel, Sneasler. I believe this is the first fighting poison, so I'll point this out. The fighting inside, the poison outside. Game data, Pokedex entries. In Gen 2 and Gold, its paws conceal sharp claws. If attacked, it suddenly extends the claws and startles its enemy. Silver, vicious in nature, it drives Pidgey from their nests and feasts on their eggs that are left behind. Crystal, this cunning Pokemon hides under the cover of darkness, waiting to attack its prey. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, Crystal inserted, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, you have Gold or Yellow inserted, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire, Sneasel scales trees by punching its hooked claws into the bark. This Pokemon seeks out unguarded nests and steals eggs for food while the parents are away. Emerald, a Sneasel scales trees by punching its hooked claws into the bark. It seeks out unguarded nests and steals eggs for food while the parents are away. Fire Red is the Silver entry and Leaf Green is the Gold entry. In Gen 4, in Diamond, it feeds on eggs stolen from nests. Its sharp hooked claws rip vulnerable spots on prey. Pearl, it is extremely vicious and will not stop attacking until its foe is incapable of moving. Platinum, a smart and sneaky Pokemon. A pair may work together to steal eggs by having one lure the parents away. Heart Gold is its Gold entry. Soul Silver is very similar to the Silver entry, but slightly different, so we'll rate it. Vicious in nature, it drives Pidgey from their nests and scavenges any leftovers it can find. In Gen 5, the Black and White entry is Platinum's entry, Black 2 and White 2. A smart and sneaky Pokemon. It makes its opponents flinch by suddenly showing the claws hidden in its paws. In Gen 6, X is the Diamond entry, Y is the Gold entries, and Leaf Green's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Sneasel and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 7 and Sun, it has a cunning yet savage disposition. It waits for parents to leave their nests, and then it sneaks in to steal their eggs. Moon, it uses its claws to poke holes in eggs so it can slurp out the inside. Feeders consider it a scourge and will drive it away or eradicate it. In Ultra Sun, they will cooperate to steal eggs from the nests of bird Pokemon, but fights break out to determine which one gets to eat the eggs. Ultra Moon, it blends into the dark of night to ambush its prey. Sneasel will attack Sandshrew, but its hard skin can cause Sneasel's claws to snap off. In Gen 8, for non-Hisuian Sneasel, Sword is the Gold entries, Leaf Green's entry, and Y's entry. Shield is Sun's entry. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are the Diamond and Pearl counterparts. In Legends Arceus, I guess this is different. They don't usually have the non-Hisuian version, if there's a Hisuian form. But okay. This Pokemon shares roots with Sneasel of Hisui, but unlike that species, this one is spiteful in personality. I hypothesize that water and earth can affect Sneasel's mind and body. For Hisuian Sneasel in Legends Arceus, its sturdy, curved claws are ideal for traversing precipitous cliffs. From the tips of these claws drips a venom that infiltrates the nerves of any prey caught in Sneasel's grasp. In Gen 9, Scarlet is basically the Crystal entry, but Pokemon is now the correct casing. Violet is similar to Platinum and Black and White's entry, but slightly different, so we'll rate it. This is a smart and sneaky Pokemon. A pair may work together to steal eggs by having one lure the parents away. Sneasel in the Alola Pokedex. Sneasel in the Paldea Pokedex, seemingly attacking this Delibird. Oh dear. I got Sneasel in the Kitakami Pokedex. Looking all tough for the camera, that's fun. They're both in the snow, which makes sense. Game locations. Side game locations. And events. Held items, Sneasel in Pokemon Emerald. Sneasel can only be found in the Battle Frontier. So in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you get the Quick Claw 2% of the time. Emerald, you get the Quick Claw 5% of the time. In Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White, Black 2, White 2, X and Y, get the Grip Claw 50% of the time, and Quick Claw 5% of the time. In Sun, Moon, Ultra Moon, Sword, Shield, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl, you get the Quick Claw 5% of the time. In Legends Arceus, Normal, you get the Pep Up Plant 35% of the time, Razor Claw 8% of the time, Great Diamonds by level. Alpha, EXP Candy S 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 10% of the time, and Great Diamonds by level. Hisuian Sneasel, Legends Arceus is the same as Sneasel's Legends Arceus, so I'm not going to read it again. Stats, base stats. I'll read this, but before I do, This is just saying that Hisuian Sneasel has the same base stats as this. So HP 55, attack 95, defense 55, special attack 35, special defense 75, speed 115 for a total of 430. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness will compare Sneasel and Hisuian Sneasel. So non-Hisuian Sneasel is damaged normally by normal, flying, poison, ground, water, grass, electric, and dragon, while Hisuian Sneasel is damaged normally by normal, ghost, steel, fire, water, electric, ice, dragon, and fairy. The only ones it keeps are normal, water, and electric. Sneasel is weak to fighting, rock, bug, steel, fire, and fairy, all for double except for fighting, which is 4, while Hisuian Sneasel is weak to flying, ground, and psychic. Flying and ground are for double, psychic is for 4. Sneasel is immune to psychic, Hisuian Sneasel is immune to nothing. Non-Hisuian Sneasel is resistant to ghost, ice, and dark for half, while Hisuian Sneasel is resistant to fighting, poison, rock, bug, grass, and dark, all for half except for bug, which is for a 4th. The only one that's kept between them is dark. Notes in the Sneasel box here. If Miracle Eye is used by an opponent or this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Psychic-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up Sneasel, 1, Scratch and Leer, 6 Taunt, 12 Quick Attack, 18 Metal Claw, 24 Icy Wind, 30 Fury Swipes, 36 Hone Claws, 42 Beat Up, 48 Agility, 54 Screech, and 60 Slash. Hisuian Sneasel, 1 Scratch, Leer, and Rock Smash, 6 Taunt, 12 Quick Attack, 18 Metal Claw, 24 Poison Jab, 30 Brick Break, 36 Hone Claws, 42 Slash, 48 Agility, 54 Screech, and 60 Close Combat. By TM, for Sneasel, you get 1 Takedown, 3 Fake Tears, 4 Agility, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 11 Water Pulse, 12 Low Kick, 18 Thief, 20 Trailblaze, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 30 Snarl, 31 Metal Claw, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 39 Low Sweep, 43 Fling, 46 Avalanche, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 52 Snowskate, 55 Dig, 57 False Swipe, 58 Brick Break, 61 Shadow Claw, 62 Foul Play, 69 Ice Punch, 70 Sleep Talk, 83 Poison Jab, 85 Rest, 87 Taunt, 88 Swords Dance, 94 Dark Pulse, 103 Substitute, 105 X Scissor, 114 Shadow Ball, 123 Surf, 129 Calm Mind, 130 Helping Hand, 134 Reversal, 135 Ice Beam, 140 Nasty Plot, 143 Blizzard, 152 Giga Impact, 171 Terra Blast, 177 Spite, 181 Knockoff, 187 Icicle Spear, 192 Focus Punch, 199 Lash Out, 212 Triple Axle, 221 Throat Chop, and 229 Upper Hand. For Hisuian Sneasel, 1 Takedown, 4 Agility, 7 Protect, 12 Low Kick, 13 Acid Spray, 18 Thief, 20 Trailblaze, 25 Facade, 26 Poison Tail, 27 Aerial Ace, 31 Metal Claw, 32 Swift, 39 Low Sweep, 43 Fling, 45 Venoshock, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 55 Dig, 57 False Swipe, 58 Brick Break, 61 Shadow Claw, 64 Bulk Up, 70 Sleep Talk, 81 Grass Knot, 83 Poison Jab, 85 Rest, 87 Taunt, 88 Swords Dance, 91 Toxic Spikes, 102 Gunk Shot, 103 Substitute, 105 X Scissor, 114 Shadow Ball, 129 Calm Mind, 134 Reversal, 140 Nasty Block, 148 Sludge Bomb, 152 Giga Impact, 158 Focus Blast, 167 Close Combat, 171 Terra Blast, 175 Toxic, 177 Spite, 184 Vacuum Wave, 192 Focus Punch, 199 Lash Out, 213 Coaching, 214 Sludge Wave, and 221 Throat Chop. By breeding Sneasel, this group gives you Bite, this group gives you Counter, this group gives you Double Hit, this group gives you Fake Out, this group gives you Faint, this group gives you Ice Shard, this group gives you Icicle Crash, and this group gives you Spite. Note here, Hisuian Zorua learned Spite via level up prior to 2.0.1. It can still learn Spite via TM 177. For Hisuian Sneasel, this group gives you Counter, this group gives you Double Hit, this group gives you Fake Out, this group gives you Faint, this group gives you Night Slash, this group gives you Quick Guard, and this group gives you Switcheroo. Special moves for Sneasel, get Brick Break and Ice Shard in this event. TCG only moves, Double Slap on this card. Side game data, you got all this for Sneasel. Pokemon Ranger, the browser entry. Sneasel dashes about to slash with its claws. They have amazing cutting power. Shadows of Almia. It hurls blocks of ice and sends gusts of dark wind to attack. In Guardian Signs, it sends gusts of dark wind to attack. Got all this. Okay. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. In the Pokepark pad entry, a pair of naughty Sneasel came to the Iceberg Zone to see the ice tree. Their favorite attraction is Tangrowth's Swing-Along. Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond. He came to explore the warehouse. He is wandering around to find something interesting but hasn't found anything yet. Got all this. Okay. Costumes in Pokemon Go. You got fashionable costume. It's a beanie and sunglasses. Okay, Hisuian Sneasel, got that. Evolution data, Sneasel. Sneasel evolves into Weavile when leveled up while holding a Razor Claw during the night. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, it evolves into Weavile when exposed to Razor Claw during the night. So you've got Sneasel, level up holding Razor Claw at night, a Weavile. Hisuian Sneasel evolves into Sneasler when leveled up while holding a Razor Claw during the day. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, it evolves into Sneasler when exposed to a Razor Claw during the day. Hisuian Sneasel, level up holding the Razor Claw during the day, and Sneasler. Sprites. So, this is another one that has a difference between generations. So, the eyes are like the slanted kind of eyes, while these are a lot, nicer eyes. I don't know, they're more like human eyes, I guess. But yeah, I was not expecting this to be brown. That's fascinating, and like blue, like that crystal blue. Yeah, that's definitely far different than the one we have now. This is a pink and a yellow. Yeah. Yep. And then we've got sort of red or pinkish irises and pink feathers and these jewels as well. Yep. It's the same. This one I can believe to be a lot more closer to black, like I can believe that, than the modern one we get, like even down here, it completely changes color. In Gen 3, so we got this different color, so this greenish color now, and we've got the red feathers now, and the yellow. I guess they took it from this one, the shiny. And they actually went back to white for the shiny instead. That's actually kind of fun, but they kept, basically, it's a different shade of yellow and pink, but it's generally the same idea. Yeah, not much changes though otherwise. They get thinner, I think. Yeah, generally it's a lot thinner. This looks a lot more lanky. It almost somewhat resembles Sneasler to me. Probably where they got the inspiration, I guess. And it's a lot more blue, and you can see the gender differences, the long versus the short. And the backstripe as well, you can see that. Then Heart Gold, and Soul Silver. Not as obvious in the front stripe, but a lot more obvious in the back stripes. This is kind of more of a green, a little bit closer to the modern color we have now. Yeah, not really much. Then with the blue, the jewels are blue on this one, on the shiny, that's fun. Then we got this kind of color, a little bit darker, maybe version of that one. Then full back sprites. Yep. Okay, yeah, a lot more obvious of a difference between these. Yeah. The feather ear thing. Then we got the models. Pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good translation. Yeah. Yep. Okay. See the gender difference in 3D. It's a lot shorter, I think. Yeah, it's a lot shorter, the feather thing. Yeah, that's not really much changes. The eyes might improve a little bit, but overall I think it's basically the same. Then we got Sword and Shields. You can see these much better models. Yep. And then we got these kind of models. They're very good. They're more in the back, these feathers, rather than like this. That's interesting. Then we get, ooh, that's what his Hisuian Sneasel looks like. Shiny, so it keeps the blue and the yellow. That's clever, except that doesn't really make much sense given the purple to red, but whatever. Keeps the yellow eyes, I guess that one keeps that one. But the green, that's interesting, green and black. Very interesting. I honestly think maybe it looks a little bit better than this one. This one's a nice color scheme, but I really like that color scheme as well. Homes, you got all these, yep. Yep. In animation, Sneasel in Pokemon the series, Sun and Moon. Harrison Sneasel is the big one. Got all these, yep. Pokedex entries in episode 265 in Ash's Pokedex. Sneasel, the sharp claw Pokemon. Sneasel can extend or retract its claws instantly during attack. In the manga, you got Sneasel in Pokemon Adventures, and Sneasel in Pokemon Gold and Silver, the Golden Boys. It almost looks like it's a third eye. That's interesting. Yeah, I got all these in the TCG. Other appearances, we'll talk about the Detective Pikachu one later, we'll see them. Trivia: Sneasel is one of 14 Pokemon that one could collect foreign Pokedex entries for in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. We read this second point in the Gligar video. Sneasel has the highest base speed stat of all Pokemon that are capable of evolving. Despite Sneasel being based on the Kamaitachi, which has the same Japanese name as Razor Wind, Sneasel cannot learn this move. Sneasel is the only Pokemon to have a gender difference in both its standard form and regional form. Furthermore, Hisuian Sneasel is the only regional form to have gender differences. Sneasel is the only dual-type Pokemon to have a dual-type regional form that doesn't share either of its types. Sneasel is the only Pokemon with a Hisuian form to have its original form available in any capacity in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Hisuian Sneasel and its evolution were designed by Hitoshi Ariga. In Pokemon Legends Arceus' internal code, Hisuian Sneasel's hidden ability is Poison Touch instead of Pickpocket. Sneasel has been depicted with 3 variants in color in Pokemon Gold and Silver. Sneasel had a bronze coloration, while its tail feathers were dark cyan. While in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Sneasel had a light purple body. The third color variant is its current bluish-black color, which has been consistently depicted in the main series games from Pokemon Crystal onwards. Jetonian Sneasel and its evolved form Weavile are the only black ice-type Pokemon. And then we got this image here for some reason of Sneasel in Galarian Meowth merchandise by Kino Takahashi. So, yes, so we got Sneasel up here, and we got Glameow, Skitty, Meowth, Galarian Meowth, Berserker, Trubbish, Esper, Whiscash, Joltik, Litten, and Purloin. I actually think this might be like a cat bed or something, this Whiscash. There's also a Rattata toy here, and a Corphish toy. Origin: Sneasel may be based on the Kamaitachi, a type of yokai often represented as weasel demons with sickles on their front legs, and sometimes understood as the cause of mysterious cuts on the skin, especially in cold weather. It also resembles black cats. It may also draw inspiration from the Viverids, weasel-like mammals with half-retractable claws that are sometimes mistaken for cats. Its feathers perhaps represent the dorsal crest seen on some species. These feathers could also represent the wind itself, the key element of Kamaitachi, as feathers are often associated with the wind, because they allow birds to move in the air and create gusts. Its eye markings are similar to that of ones in Egyptian style, possibly Horus's. Name origin: Sneasel may be a combination of sneaky and weasel. It may also derive from sneeze, an action associated with having a cold or being cold, or Sneasel. Scots for to begin to rain or snow, both in reference to its ice type. Nyula may be a combination of Sennayu, sneaking in, and Yu, weasel, an alternate reading of Itachi. Alternately, it may be a combination of Nu, Naya, the sound a cat makes, and Nora, stray, as in a stray cat, as strays are usually violent and tricky. Now the languages, related articles, references, external links to the Suian forms, let's move on. Now let's watch Sneasel's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Pokemon Forever. In this film, this hunter was hunting Celebi 50 years ago. And we've cut to, they sort of showed his adventure, Celebi being a legendary Pokemon, and we sort of saw him try to hunt it, but it escaped, and now 50 years later, which is present day, or when this movie takes place anyway, another hunter is trying to find Celebi as well, and so he's sort of interrogating this hunter. That's the other hunter. There's Sneasel.
Story that you almost caught a Celebi somewhere in this forest about 40 years ago. True?
I'm still a Pokemon hunter. I'm not gonna tell you anything.
We'll see about that.
Okay. Yeah, so that was Sneasel's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's watch Sneasel's scenes in Detective Pikachu. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, as I like to call it. Detective Sneasel is only the frames with Sneasel to the best of my ability. In this film, Tim Goodman, the main character, has come to Rhyme City, a city where humans and Pokemon coexist. You can see a bunch of humans and their Pokemon coexisting. And he's come here because his father, Harry Goodman, a police detective, has died in a car crash, and so he's sort of finishing business. He's at the train station, entering town. This is Howard Clifford, the founder of Rhyme City. He's in this little video introducing people to Rhyme City and stuff, you know, welcoming them, you know. There's a Sneasel in the corner here. It's not really easy to see, but it'll be much easier to see later, you know, as the scene goes on. There's a couple of them. There's there. There, yep. Housing shots. There's a Sneasel over there. There's one over here, and I think there's probably a couple in the background as well. There's one there. He's walking to the police department to sort of talk to the lieutenant. Now he's after that, and he's going to his father's apartment. There's a Sneasel there. Yep. Sneasel there, and in the background. Yeah. Okay, then there's that one. And then now he's seeing the Psyduck. It's staring at him, and he's kind of suspicious about that. And he's entering the building. And there's there, and then there's a Sneasel on this missing poster here.
Excuse me?
So yeah, he couldn't get his attention to get into his dad's apartment. Now he's going to his dad's mailbox. There's a missing poster there as well. That's
We need to talk.
Yeah, that's Psyduck.
I've been waiting to see who.
That's Lucy Goodman, a reporter for the local news. That's her Psyduck.
Open up that mailbox. No, not now, Psyduck. I'm working your store and tell me everything you know about Harry Goodman. Real big.
So she's talking about.
His nocturne.
Yeah, so she's talking about how Harry was on like a big case before he died.
I don't...
So now we've got to much later in the film. Tim has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu with amnesia, and they've gone on a little adventure with some Apom that took something called the R-gas, which causes Pokemon to go crazy. He's taken a little bit of the R-gas by accident, and he believes that that's why he can hear Detective Pikachu, and he's confused why others can't. There's the Sneasel. Yes.
He's saying words. No one else hear him? Can you hear him talking? You can hear him saying words?
Why were you in that apartment?
It's my father's place. That's why I was there. Why were you there?
Because I could use it.
Okay, so now it's been revealed that the reason why he was in his father's he was in Harry's apartment was because he was Harry's detective partner, and he just kind of tracked it down. I guess there's an address on the hat, and so now this is a big revelation, and they're gonna go get coffee to talk about it. There's this Sneasel in the background.
Coffee. I mean, that's a... Yeah, let's get a coffee.
There's the cafe.
So there I was, in the middle of nowhere with a bad case of the forgetsies.
Talking about amnesia. So now we've cut to much later in the film. Detective Pikachu doesn't believe that Harry is dead. So to try to track him down, they've tracked the R-gas to this underground Pokemon fight club, as Pokemon fighting is illegal in Rhyme City. There's a Sneasel here. You can't really see it. You'll see it much better in the next shot. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so that was the current fight that was going on. That was a Gengar fighting a Blastoise. That's the crowd and stuff. The Sneasel is here. A couple of them in this scene. So now they've talked to the owner of the fight club, who has challenged his Charizard to battle Pikachu for the information. If Tim wins, he'll give him the information. Yeah.
Just doing some light stretching. You never want to go into these things tight. I forget things. It's what I do.
So, Charizard has taken some of the R-gas, so now it's going crazy trying to attack him.
I have amnesia. Bull tackle will knock me out.
Sneeze somewhere. There's So yeah, he found out that he can't use his powers because of the amnesia. Back, so he's come in to help Detective Pikachu. So what has happened now is this is the owner. He came in to try to stop Tim because it's a dangerous situation, but he was knocked down by Charizard's tail, and he had a bunch of the R-gas vials in his jacket. They've crashed down, and now the crowd is, gonna get the Pokemon will go crazy a little bit. We won't really see much of that though. So now we've cut to later. They've been summoned by Howard, who has told them that Harry isn't dead and that his soul was taken by Mewtwo. So they're gonna figure out how to deal with that.
Case, one question though. Where are we?
Tell me where. You're the
There's
detective.
there's no Sneasel.
Okay. If Roger Clifford is the key to all of
Oh yeah, Roger Clifford. Yeah, he's mentioning Roger Clifford. So Roger is Howard's son. He believes that Howard has claimed that Roger has something to do with Harry's disappearance and stuff. Roger being the owner of the news, so they're gonna talk to Lucy. We won't see that though.
Then
So now that we've cut to later, they've allied with Lucy. They've gone and met Mewtwo, but Mewtwo was captured by who they believe to be Roger. But before that, Mewtwo showed them a vision where it seemed like Pikachu had betrayed Harry, so Tim and Detective Pikachu have split up. Tim and Lucy have returned to Rhyme City. He's going to tell Howard about Roger. Yes. And so she is trying to tell people about Roger capturing Mewtwo. So she's talked to this woman in the background, another reporter, and she's blown her off. So now, and told her to get coffee. You know, she's taking it in. She threw her jacket at her, and so now she's gonna use the jacket to try to get help. There's the Sneasel here.
You got it. Cynthia?
So now we've cut. Oh yeah, the 10th anniversary parade is happening now. That was sort of the setup scene, and now it's actually starting. Yes, there's a few Sneasel down there.
So as you can
That's
see,
the mayor
we are
talking.
more than happy with the turnout today. So
Sneasel
many
there.
families.
That's
Thank you so much.
Yoshida, the lieutenant.
With you, please. It's urgent.
So yeah, she's talking to him, saying,
A little late
needs
for an
his
interview,
help.
don't you think?
Please.
That's who they believe to be Roger.
Parade, I'd like to thank our benefactor, Howard Clifford.
So now it's been revealed that it was actually Howard that captured Mewtwo, and he's now using a device called the Neuralink to put his mind inside of Mewtwo, and he's going to use the Argas to make the Pokemon go crazy and use Mewtwo's powers to merge humans and Pokemon, because Howard's whole goal is the ultimate partnership between humans and Pokemon. He believes that's how it can be achieved. There's Sneasel there.
But for all of
Yes,
humanity,
Mewtwo
to better
slash Howard
versions
and
of
the Neuralink.
themselves.
Yep, absolutely. Gas. All that. Pokemon going crazy. She's trying to warn. She's gonna try to warn people about, have them go crazy. He's merging people now.
This is Lucy Stevens reporting a citywide emergency. Do not let your Pokemon breathe.
Now she's merging him, her, and then.
Okay.
So now Detective Pikachu has returned after finding something at the crash site. The car crash site, yeah. You can see the Sneasel here. It's person, Sneasel body, and there's Sneasel body, and trying to come to terms with it, I guess.
Worst parade I've ever seen.
That's Lucy, her Psyduck.
Lucy, fuck.
And so she's revealed that Howard is Mewtwo and all that. So now we've cut to sort of closer to the end of the film here. The whole thing has been undone. Howard has been separated from Mewtwo, and Mewtwo proper has unmerged people. So to see kind of the effects of that. Yeah, and they're everybody's separating.
Do that again. Okay?
Sneasel here, yeah. Okay, so now, what is happening is, so the Roger we saw earlier wasn't actually Roger, it was a Ditto, and this is the real Roger. He was captured by Howard, or maybe the Ditto, and locked away until later in the film, but he's now, freed, and everything's, happened, and, Howard has been arrested and stuff, so now he's basically giving Lucy a promotion, telling her that she's gonna be on, the news and stuff, and you can't really see it. I think the Sneasel's here.
Got a lead on it before anyone else
Yeah.
even knew.
Yes, and so, they're celebrating. Lucy and Psyduck are walking away. So now we've cut towards the end of the film here. It has been revealed that the reason why Detective Pikachu could talk is because he had Harry's soul inside him, and so Mewtwo has separated them, and now he's about to go home. There's the Sneasel there. Yep. That's Harry. He's saying goodbye. Sneasel back there. Yep, and this is my favorite Sneasel thing, because the pose is just ridiculous. Yeah. So now, yeah, this is his sort of reaction to finding out that his son wants to stay, or it's about to, you know, whatever.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's about to talk about that. Okay, anyway, that's it. Let's move on. Now let's talk about the TCG. I have one Sneasel card. It's a non-Hisuian Sneasel card. It's the 4th Sneasel card design. It was illustrated by Ken Sugimori. In Sugimori fashion, it's just the official art on a cool background. However, this one is a little different in that it's slightly zoomed in. It has 50 HP, it's 2'11" and 61.7 pounds. It has 2 moves, Double Slap and Feint Attack. In the video games, Double Slap is a normal type move introduced in Gen 1. It's essentially Double Kick, but with hands instead of feet. It does damage multiple times, and each hit used to be based on percentages, and now it's independent hits. On this card, it costs 1 of any energy. The player flips 2 coins. For every heads, the move does 10 damage, so it can hit for 0, 10, or 20 damage. In the video games, Feint Attack is a dark type move introduced in Gen 2. It's a damage-dealing move that pretty much always hits, with the only exception being when the opponent Pokemon is semi-invulnerable, such as when setting up Fly or Dig. On this card, it costs 1 Darkness Energy and 1 of any energy. The player chooses any of the opponent's Pokemon, and the move does 20 unmodified damage. Sneasel is weak to fighting for plus 20 damage, and resistant to Psychic for minus 20 damage, which seems to be mimicking its immunity to Psychic in the video games. It costs 1 of any energy for Sneasel to retreat. In the bottom right corner, there's the Diamond and Pearl expansion symbol. Its description reads, "It feeds on eggs stolen from nests. Its sharply hooked claws rip vulnerable spots on prey." This is the Pokedex entry in Pokemon Diamond X and Brilliant Diamond. It's level 21. I have a Teddy Ursa card, so we'll talk about it tomorrow. Now let's see why people love Sneasel. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody's sitting in fan art, so instead, we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Sneasel. This is Sneasel, used Icicle Crash by Saw Dewey. This cool stylized Sneasel here. Very well done, using Icicle Crash, I guess. See all these ice crystals and stuff, and ice is coming from the claw and stuff. That's pretty cool. Then we've got Sneasel by Arno71. So it's the classic Sneasel design with the modern Sneasel design, or kind of. These are red, maybe it's just like the next generation one, actually. That's fun. So you can see all the differences and stuff, slightly stylized. Yeah, it's a very good image. This doesn't contain a Sneasel, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I need to wait until I talked about melting to catch a Sneasel. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Teddy Ursa. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.